Okay. Hello. Good evening. Good good afternoon, depending on where you are. For AFCollectors.com, and we're live once again. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Eastern time here on the East Coast. So I'm glad that you're joining me today, whether it's on the live stream or on the stream later on, because these videos are available youtube.com/AFcollectors. Without further ado, we'll get into things here. So new reviews are going to be coming pretty soon. I've got a few things lined up that we'll be posting pretty soon. I've got to record a couple of new reviews. I've got a pile of stuff over here to review, so we'll be getting those up pretty soon. Let's see, giveaways, events, interviews, all kinds of stuff coming your way from AF Collectors. You're going to see that pretty soon. We've got a giveaway that is coming soon. I believe we're going to be receiving some swag shortly from one of our friends. I won't say who or what, but you'll see there'll be a giveaway. So pay attention to all of our social channels to make sure that you know about the giveaway, because you never know where it's going to show up on YouTube or the website or Facebook or who knows. And speaking of all those things, let's just take a really quick look. And don't mind me if I disappear for a second, because I still have this ridiculous cold. Or all that stuff. So if I vanish a second, I'll be right back. Try not to laugh, does it? Laughing makes the cough start up. All right, there we are. So just starting off, here's our website. You guys all know this by now, hopefully. You can go actually see all those features and you as well. Speaking of social, we've got a Facebook page that has feed as the website here for news. Get your news here as well. Do you think you're already halfway there? So Instagram as well. We like to throw up a couple of new things. Instagram, there comes some slow internet day. All right, I'll come. We have our Twitter page. Follow us on Twitter. Occasionally, we'll throw some stuff up here as well. We do a lot of Twitter stuff with like a lot more live events that we go to. So you want to pay attention to that for some of those. And Twitter's loading. Oh, here we go. No, no, we're having problems. Not cool. Anyway, movie TikTok as well. Take favorite, but we'll do a few TikToks here and there to drive you to more important like YouTube stuff and reviews. All right. Oh, excuse me. You see how bad that is? Oh, there's the Twitter page. Ta-da! Hey. All right. And of course, Instagram decided it didn't want to come up. So, but it is one more shot before I move on. When I work. Anyway, Instagram is there. If you go to the app, you're going to find it. All right. Our con, movie con, and hello, hello. Are we back live here? I hope so. Boy, we had a little technical difficulty there. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. Looks like our live feed is catching up here. This is very interesting. I'm sorry about this. I hope everything is still doing what it's supposed to do. I'm waiting to see if the live feed catches up with us here. Doesn't look like it. So never run into this issue before. So I'm not entirely sure if we're even streaming correctly. I'm going to try one thing. If it doesn't work, we'll come back and we'll try this again. So hold tight, folks. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, we're back. Hey, sorry, everybody. I don't know how much of that you saw, how much of it you didn't see, but we had a little internet issue, of course, right during the meeting, right during the show here, the big broadcast. So I do apologize. Hopefully everybody sees me now and we're back. And we're going to get back into what we were talking about just a few minutes ago. All right. So D23 was just this past weekend. And right here on the website for AFCollectors, you can actually link to some of the YouTube stuff here that they showed. So you're going to see trailers from Andor, from Mandalorian Season 3, Tales of the Jedi, and from Marvel, you've got Werewolf by Night. You've got previews of the Thunderbolts, and a trailer for Secret Invasion as well. So, excuse me, lots of good stuff from Marvel and Star Wars from D23, as well as Disney too. So if you're into Disney, make sure you check out D23 just for the regular old Disney stuff. Excuse me. Okay. So moving along from D23, let's go to another follow-up, and that's Star Trek Day. So Star Trek Day was this past September 8th, I believe it was. Yeah, September 8th. So now all the content is there. If you go to StarTrek.com/day, you're going to see all of this stuff. You're going to get a trailer for Picard Season 3, which is just phenomenal. Preview of Prodigy, preview of Strange New Worlds Season 2, a preview of Lower Decks and Discovery, not to mention a ton of other items here on the page. So there's plenty to see from Star Trek Day. Make sure you go and check that out. We'll put the link in the description as always. So there's that. All right. Another reminder, you've got HasCon, Hasbro Pulse Con coming up on September 30th and October 1st. It's a 2-day online event. There's going to be reveals and news and pre-orders and all kinds of stuff. This is Hasbro's big Comic-Con, online Comic-Con that they do every year. And they do a really good job of it too. So it's one of my favorite online events to see. So we'll see how it goes. I hope for one day that Hasbro Pulse Con will actually be an in-person convention like HasCon was back in 2017, because that was a really good time. It was a really good convention. And I hope that they end up doing that again. But for now, it's online and there'll be all kinds of cool stuff. So get ready for that. September 30th and October 1st. All right. And then, of course, the big one, the New York Comic Con 2022 edition. Lots and lots of celebrity guests lined up for that. That's going to be happening October 6th through the 9th. So that's in New York City at the Jacob Javits Center. There still are some tickets here and there left over. And you can also do their, oh gosh, I forget what it's called, Elite or something like that. Or one of the, they have something where you can actually buy tickets on sold out days. Let's take a look at what that is. I believe it's in here somewhere. Let's see. No, maybe I saw it on the homepage. Here we go. Light. That's what it is. Light. Buy tickets via Light. So if you're looking for tickets from one of the sold out days, go here and you can buy them through the Light program. Excuse me. But there are some tickets still available to buy. Regular New York Comic Con. AF Collectors will be at New York Comic Con. I'll be wandering the show floor with Database Rob and Hollywood Craig. So look for the t-shirts. It'll be a little different t-shirt than this, but this logo will be the same. Just look for me. Come up, say hi. I may even have a little something for you. So find me out there. And it'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait for New York Comic Con 2022. All right, next up. Oh my gosh, that one snuck up on me. I'm sorry. What a terrible cough. I wish, do not wish this upon anyone. It's been a very, very bad cold. All right, so next thing we've got is the Target Fall Geek Out. We're continuing along. As I mentioned, the third week was NECA again. They were a second week also. So some cool reveals on pre-orders. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, caught it that time. Was able to mute. All right. So you've got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated packs here. You've got Back to the Future Doc Brown from 1985. This is where he showed Marty the DeLorean for the first time, and also the famous last scene of the movie. Got some Hello Kitty stuff, some Lion King stuff here, more Turtles, the Universal Monster Turtles, and then RoboCop, 7-inch scale Ultimate RoboCop with the Peter Weller likeness there. So very, very cool. So this one's sold out. So some of this stuff is actually sold out already. But go into your stores, go into your Target stores. Some of this stuff is actually there, right in the store. So just because it's sold out here doesn't mean you can't still get it. So head on down to your stores and take a look. All right. There you go. That's Fall Geek Out. This week on Friday, September 16th, Mattel gets their shot at the Fall Geek Out. So make sure you're here for that. We'll see what they reveal. Probably something Masters of the Universe, I would imagine, maybe WWE. So there's that. And then Hasbro and Funko in the coming weeks. And then October 2nd is the final mystery reveal. And we'll see what that's all about. So there you go. That's the Geek Out. All right. Well, one thing I did forget to mention in relation to Star Trek Day, there were no real action figure announcements from Playmates Toys or anything, but Playmobil actually announced their Star Trek Bird of Prey Playmobil toy. So here you go. It's actually available on the website here, or actually it will be available in December. But this gives you an idea of what it's all about. Look at all the accessories that you get here. You get Spock, you get Kirk, Klingons, a stand, the actual bird of prey itself, which really looks fantastic. The wings go up and down into attack position. I mean, this is really, really cool. The only drawback, and I think it was the same really for the Enterprise when that came out, is the price. It's a little pricey. $300 for the Bird of Prey. The Enterprise is more. But I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff. You're getting a really high quality Bird of Prey ship that displays really, really nicely. So, you know, if you're a real fan of Star Trek and love the Playmobil line, then this is something you'll go for sure, I think. So it's cool. I love it. The stuff that Playmobil puts out, we had done a review on a previous project of mine for the Back to the Future DeLorean, the Playmobil DeLorean, and man, that thing was just awesome. So that was one of the most fun I've had doing a review in a long time. So the Playmobil stuff is solid. I definitely recommend. So check it out. Give it a try. All right. Sorry, we got a little bit derailed there. But let's go to the next one. And just a reminder that on September 17th, coming up in just a few days, it's Batman Day. All right, there we go. Let me just scroll down to some of the pictures here. Batman Day coming up. There's going to be movies in Cinemark, the 89 and 90 movies. Sorry, 92. Batman Returns, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm as well. You're going to be able to see these on Batman Day all day. It's a marathon of movies for you to watch, along with a million other things going on. Season 2 HBO Max of the audio adventures, and there's so much. There's even regional things going on, so you're gonna have to read through all of this here, and I'll post this link into the description as well, so you guys can get to it. But this pretty much outlines everything that's going down for Batman Day, and there is a ton of stuff. So no time to go through it all today, here and now, but definitely check that out. Okay. The next one, this one I forgot to mention last week too, slipping, falling behind, is GameStop's CollectFest Volume 2. Second time they've done this. Started on the 11th of September, and it goes to the 17th. But there's a ton of good deals to be had. Lots of, discounts on existing items, also discounts on pre-order items. So you'll want to take advantage of this. And here's just a few examples here of what you can get deals on. So head on over to GameStop. Just go right to GameStop.com. It comes right up, right on top here, right in the homepage. And check out their deals. There's really, really some good stuff in there. I was milling around in there before. It's one of the reasons why I was a little bit late in getting on, because I was looking around on GameStop. I can't help it. I'm a collector. All right. So that's it for events and stuff going on around. Now we'll get into some of the more newsy type of things. All right. And the first thing that we have is, let's talk about Mattel Creations. Big deal going on tomorrow, a new pre-order. Actually, it's an order at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That I believe is 12 p.m. East Coast time. Launches tomorrow, September 15th. There's a limited 2 per customer, and this is the excuse me, Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man 40th Anniversary 4-pack. And as you can see, it's all He-Man, baby. We've got the animated 80s He-Man. We've got the New Adventures of He-Man. We've got the He-Man from the 2000X cartoon. And of course, the new Netflix version of He-Man, the more modern day version of He-Man that we have right now. So you go 4 He-Mans in really, really cool packaging, actually. Packaging actually kind of looks like a TV or a monitor. It's supposed to. And there's all kinds of little Easter eggs hidden in this artwork, if you really look at it. Really cool stuff. There's the back of the package. Very, very much retro feel of Masters of the Universe, the artwork that's used here. Here's the back of the box. Again, it's a monitor. It's supposed to look like a monitor. There's the sleeve that the box comes in. And then there's the figures the carded figures. So each one of them on a sort of homage card to what they were originally on, and then adapted for the Netflix He-Man. There you go. You come with all sorts of various. It's like a TV guide page with an advertisement. Very cool stuff. And then there's the close-up of the figures. There you go. I got to tell you, this Netflix He-Man and the Masters Universe, it's really different. It's not what you're used to as far as what Masters Universe has always been. They have definitely taken some liberties with the story, but it's not bad. There's some really great character development, really good story. And if you can get past, the fact that they've made some pretty significant changes to the lore of Masters of the Universe and really enjoy it for what it is, it's not a bad show. So there's always the old stuff that you can go and watch. So they haven't ruined anything. They haven't taken anything away. So enjoy a different interpretation of Masters of the Universe and He-Man. You don't have to like it. It's not for everybody. Anyway, I kind of liked it. So this is available tomorrow, September 15th, $150. Little steep there for 4 figures that usually run what? $14, $15, right? So what does that come out to? 15 times 4 is, I can't do all that math in my head, but it definitely doesn't come out to $150. So I'm assuming it's because there's some chrome going on here. The packaging is kind of complicated, comes with a lot of extra stuff, as you can see there. So, but $150, limit of 2. So if you want to drop $300, you can get 2 of these. Maybe you want to flip one, I don't know. But excuse me, one. Okay. All better. This cold's awful. Anyway, here's more of the figures down here. This is what you're going to get for $150 plus the packaging. There's some more of the backdrops. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool set. So if you're really, really into this type of thing, into He-Man, you'll be dropping the $150 tomorrow at least. Also a reminder, the Grizzlor made to order was this past weekend. It went very well. I think people were quite happy with that. There's also going to be a Wondar made to order coming up at the end of September, the 28th through the 30th. So you're going to be able to get your Wondar Origins figure if you missed out on them the first time. So Mattel really trying to make it up to the fans and giving us what we want. So that's great stuff. Thank you, Mattel. All right, that's it for Mattel Creations. Moving along. Just a reminder here that starting a lineup on September 22nd, which is next week, 7 days away. We're going to see the very first starting lineups from Hasbro in years and years and years. Starting lineup is back in just over 7 days. So get ready for that. We'll talk about it here next week. All right. Let's see, what else do we got here? I wanted to show you these guys. Super 7, my friends at Super 7, I love you guys. You guys put out some of the coolest stuff, and the Ultimates have been my favorite for such a long time because of the variety that you've done, because of the surprise stuff that you've done. And this is no different. We actually have the Disney Ultimates Wave 4, all Nightmare Before Christmas. It's actually 3 figures. You got Sally, Jack Skellington, and Oogie Boogie in that 7-inch scale. And they look spectacular. There's tons of accessories that come with each one of these. We'll get into the photos here. There we go. Look at that. Multiple hands, multiple heads. You get the Jack's pet there. There's the packaging. He's looking not so happy there. There's Sally. Again, tons of accessories. And then, of course, you got Oogie Boogie, who has some alternate accessories as well. Alternate head. He's got that torn open arm there, or torn open hand. So very, very cool. Well done, Super 7, as always. So these are actually up for order until October 10th. So you can go right now in this link here. I'll put it in the description. You can go and order these up until October 14th. And then they're going to ship out around the summer of 2023. So these are made to orders. So that's why it takes so long. Oh, wait a minute. What do we have here? Oh, Local Lou. Hello, Local Lou. I didn't see you earlier in the chats. Glad that you're joining us today. Just happened to look over at the chat and saw somebody popped in. It's nice to have you with us. Please spread the word about AF Collectors if you wouldn't mind. All right, continuing on. Let's see. So that's our Super 7s. Order those up now. Keep it going. Hopefully they'll make more Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. And the next thing that we want to talk through is McFarlane. More McFarlane stuff. So he just keeps on pushing it out. We've got more new DC multiverse figures that just were debuted this past week for DC Gaming series. Let's see. We've got Red Hood. We've got Scarecrow. Just looks freaking awesome. And the Joker. We'll just go through some of these photos here really quick. Look at that. That's a pretty badass Scarecrow. All right. And then there's the Joker. My goodness, he looks like he's had a bad day. But a really, really cool looking Joker. McFarlane continues to deliver on the DC multiverse. So thank you, Todd, for keeping that up. And it's just weekly. It's almost daily that new stuff is hitting from McFarlane for DC. Not just DC, but other things too, which is the next thing that we're going to talk about. Let me just get out of this one. The next thing is Avatar. So this was a D23 reveal from McFarlane at D23. It's their Avatar lineup. There's two different lines here. There's a 7-inch line and a smaller line. And basically, you're going to see here, there's a ton of figures coming out already, just in the first wave here. Figures and accessories, mind you. Also, you'll notice the human figures are smaller and come in the same package as some of the non-human figures. But if you know anything about Avatar, you know that these guys are a lot taller than the human figures. So these are actually all in scale. So you're not getting gypped. There's actual scale here. Okay. So there you go. Look at this. There's just tons and tons of stuff coming out for Avatar. And this is only really based on the first movie. Excuse me. We haven't even touched the sequel yet, right? So that's coming. The sequel's coming, and more sequels. They're going to do, what, 5, I think, Avatars? So this is just the very, very first wave. McFarlane's going to be churning these out for years. And anybody remember who did the first wave of action figures, the very first Avatar action figures? I think it was Mattel, wasn't it? They came out with the movie. They didn't do so well, but I actually held on to a set of those. I just had a feeling. So we'll see what happens with those someday. But yeah, here you go. McFarlane's continuing it along. You're going to be able to get these on shelves pretty soon, and they look really good. So, of course, they do. I mean, McFarlane, come on. It wouldn't come out if it didn't look good. So there you go. That's Avatar and DC from McFarlane. And one last little news item, kind of amusing. Let's see. In New York State today, an officer, New York officer, state trooper, was arrested in Walmart on a felony charge. He tried to take back an old weathered what was it called, like a toy bike, right, that I guess his kid was probably playing with, and busted it up, and he went back and he bought a brand new one, brought it home, took that out of the box, put the old one back in the box, and tried to return it to get his money back. So the reason why I bring this to your attention is because of a lot of the fraud that goes on with action figures with swapping. How people will buy one figure, spend, $40 on a figure, take it home, put another figure into the box, take out the figure that they want, and then bring back the box with a junk figure and return it and get their money back. I've seen a lot of that happen with the new Hasbro boxes that you can't see the figure. It's sort of that all cardboard box, no window box anymore. So it happens across the board. It happens not just with action figures, but with other things. But I'm bringing it to your attention because now it seems loss prevention at least Walmart is tracking or cracking down on these things, because they did stop this guy and took him into custody and charged him. So be on the lookout. And you guys out there that are doing these flip-flops, you might end up getting caught. So just be careful, And like I said, don't do it. It ain't worth it. Stop doing it. There you go. Don't get arrested because of toys, please. It's not worth it. Okay. And just in closing here for the news, please check out Entertainment Earth. There's going to be a link in the description of this video. Click on that link. When you do that and you order something from Entertainment Earth, you actually help out AF Collectors. We get a little slice of the pie, and it helps keep our web servers churning and our action figure passion going. Who am I kidding? Action figure passion is there without money. So it just keeps the web servers going because it's not cheap. So we need your help. Keep us around. We like you guys. We hope you like us too. So there you go. Entertainment Earth. That's our affiliate program. All right. That does it for that. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here and come back to me. And for our last bit of news, our last bit here, we're going to do our weekly finds. So I got a couple of things, or a few things to show you this week. First, I'm going to show you, this is not an action figure, but I was in one of the Connecticut retro gaming stores that we have around here, and they had comic books. They had a bunch of comic books, and I went through them, and they had some cool stuff, a little pricey, but I did come across something that I just couldn't walk away from, and that's issue number 1 of G.I. Joe European Missions. This goes back a ways, back to 1988. So it's an oldie, but I'd never actually seen or had a European Missions G.I. Joe comic book before. And I have and had all of the Marvel G.I. Joe comics. So this was pretty cool to pick up. I think it was like maybe $3. So it was a good buy. It was worth it. So I grabbed that. That's kind of an oddball item. Also, speaking of Masters of the Universe earlier, I grabbed this from Target. Beastman from the new Eternia Masterverse lineup. Look at that. What a crazy version of Beastman. I mean, you can kind of dismantle him here and turn him more into the original Beastman. He's actually got the original outfit here in the corner. You can hardly see it, but there's some soft goods on this one. He's all decked out as almost like a king Beastman. He's got a huge freaking weapon over here. So Very, very cool. The artwork is spectacular on the back here. There's a few others that you can get. I've been looking for that Zodak. Zodak is pretty cool. So that's more Masterverse stuff. 30 points of articulation on these guys. There's that 40th anniversary logo that you saw on the stuff that we looked at from Mattel Creations. So these guys are in Target right now. The Beastman, if you're looking for him. They had quite a few of these, so I don't think they're too hard to get, but they are out there. They're pretty damn cool, and would definitely recommend. There you go. There's Beastman. Okay, next. Now I know I've kind of harped on the whole cardboard box Marvel Legends stuff. You can't see the figure, blah blah blah, but there's no way that somebody like me could ever resist this Marvel Legends action figure. The Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. There he is. There's the artwork. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Right in back of me. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And this particular book means quite a bit to me. So when you throw all this kind of artwork on a box and a package, and you throw the very first appearance looking Spider-Man as a figure into it, you got me. And this is all a part of the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, which is this year, all this year, more notably in August, because that's when Spider-Man debuted, August 1962. But here you go. Spider-Man Amazing Fantasy action figure. There's the back. It comes with a whole bunch of accessories. And what kind of Spider-Man fan would I be if I didn't buy two? One to keep in the box and one to have loose. There he is. Spider-Man does whatever Spider can. All right, there you go. Now this is one cool oh my goodness, freaking action figure, guys. He is articulated like crazy. He comes with so many different optional hands and stuff that you can pose him just about any way you want. He'll do the tight leaning down poses that Spider-Man does in some of the comic books and stuff like that. You can really get him in pretty tight there. So it's really, really nice. And the paint job, got lucky. Can't always see the paint jobs on these guys because of the now blind packaging. But paint ops are pretty good on this one that I took out of the box. I don't know about the one that I left in the box, but that remains to maybe never be seen if he stays in the box forever. So, but we've got this one, and I lucked out with a good one for display. So these actually came right from Hasbro Pulse. So I did not find these retail. I did get them through Hasbro Pulse, and they came very well packed and without damage. Both boxes came without damage. So very pleased with the results. Very pleased with the packaging artwork. Very pleased with the figure itself. This is definitely a cool freaking figure. If you're a fan of vintage, early day Spider-Man, grab this one. I also hear that the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, the 2-pack with Mary Jane, is a good one too. I've heard nothing but good stuff about that one. So if you can get your hands on that one too, I would probably recommend it. I don't have it yet, but probably will have to grab that one too. I just can't help it. I'm a Spider-Man fan. So there you go. Amazing Fantasies Spider-Man out there now. And lastly, we're talking about Mattel Creations earlier. This actually comes from Mattel Creations. I'm just going to show you these really quick because we're going to do more with these very soon. Our good friend Sean McLaughlin is going to be joining us to do some reviews very soon, concentrated in the world of WWE wrestling. So, quick. This was the latest Mattel Creations WWE set that you could order. The retro small figures that kind of look like the old Hasbros from the 90s. So yeah, Nikolai Volkov, Jimmy Hart, Mouthful South, Brett the Hitman Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart making up the Hart Foundation. So I'll show you these real quick. Ready? First of all, there's the back of the package. Okay. Real quick, there's Nikolai. There's Jimmy Hart. There's the Anvil. It's pretty good. And of course, my favorite, Brett the Hitman Hart. This is my favorite wrestler of all time. So very excited to have yet another retro Hasbro-ish Hitman figure in the collection. So, and the back of the cards look like that. Very, 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 very reminiscent of the old days. So well done. Good job to Mattel for those. I ran through that very quickly. Again, we're going to do extensive reviews on the Hasbro retros and some of the other third-party WWE or wrestling retros that have come out recently. There's a whole bunch of them. So Sean and I are going to sit down and we're going to do a series of wrestling action figure reviews, not just the retros, but a few other things too. So watch out for those. We're big wrestling fans, so we're going to branch off a little bit into some wrestling reviews. So that's coming up pretty soon. All right. And that does it. That is the end of the show. That's a show. That's the broadcast. I appreciate you guys putting up with my ridiculous cold and my coughing. I hope you enjoyed the show. We had some cool stuff to look at this week. And I will be back again, hopefully much healthier. Next week, same time, Wednesdays, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll talk about what's going on in the world of action figures. All right. I hope you'll join me. Thanks for watching this week, whether it was live or recorded. And I will see you guys in the toy aisles. Good night, everybody.